It was raining, the kind of rain that seemed to soak the entire world, leaving only me and the empty streets. The sound of raindrops hitting the wet asphalt carried 1,000 tiny secrets with them. I didn't know why I had dragged myself to that old warehouse that night, a place that held neither safety nor future, yet was filled with forbidden memories. Maybe I just wanted to be alone with the rain. Maybe I wanted to see him again. Maybe I simply couldn't resist the temptation, or perhaps the rain itself was leading me to him. When I arrived, he was there. Red, the one who embodied my entire forbidden world, was leaning against the cold wall. His gaze held something I couldn't name, something between longing and fear, between sin and desire. He was silent, yet I could feel each raindrop hitting his head like the beating of his heart. The first words he spoke carried both harshness and calm. "Why did you come?" I said we should end this. I took a deep breath and answered, "I ended it 1,000 times. But when it rains, only you come to mind." His gaze hardened, tinged with pain, as if he wanted to say something but couldn't. Then he said, "Here in the middle of the rain, you think no one will notice?" I replied, "No one cares about this wet alley. Just the two of us as always." He exhaled sharply. I knew he wanted to run but couldn't. "What if they find out? What if everyone finds out?" he said. I told him, "They knew a long time ago. They're just pretending not to see." The sound of the rain on the metal roof of the warehouse was like music, but music that made my heart shiver with every note. A long silence passed, and then he said, in a trembling voice, "I can't let this go, it still shakes me." I said, "I don't know, maybe from fear, maybe from you." His every move was full of contradictions. One moment he wanted to leave, the next he wanted to scream and confess that he still loved me. I stepped closer and said, "Just say it one more time, that we shouldn't continue this, and I'll leave." He looked at me, eyes full of pain and temptation. "If you leave, what's left of me?" I said. "The same one you were before me." He gave a bitter smile, lips trembling slightly. "But that me is gone, you ruined it." In that moment, I felt time stop. The rain sounded louder, as if it were crying for all our memories. I said, "Maybe I ruined it, but you allowed it to." Rad sighed, "Because you were the first one to look at me, not like another woman, like someone who could still be loved." The rain softened a bit, but our hearts were still stormy. I said, "I wish I could have saved you, but I'm drowning too." Red's voice, full of hidden longing, said, "Then at least tonight, let's drown together, just tonight." In that moment, everything around us vanished. No rain, no sounds, no fear or guilt. It was just us and the temptation we couldn't resist. My heart raced, his warm breath brushing my face. Our lips met, briefly but eternally. A moment that could never be repeated but would never be forgotten. Then the distant light of a car cut through the dark alley. My heart jumped. Red's eyes filled with fear. "God, if it's them," I whispered, quiet, and for a moment, everything calmed. The rain was the only sound left, a reminder that everything we had was forbidden, and always threatened with an end. I sat against the wall, looking at him, realizing nothing was normal, nothing was as real as this moment. Even guilt and fear were part of the truth. I told myself that maybe this relationship could never last, but this moment, this rainy night, was mine forever. Minutes passed, the rain softened, and the streets grew quiet. Every drop of rain on the wet asphalt seemed to continue our story, a story that was both beautiful and dangerous. I didn't take my eyes off him, because I knew that look could build love, and destroy it at the same time. Rad said softly, "This is something that can never be forgotten even if we wanted to." I said, "I know, but some things are worth it, even if they're forbidden." And every time the rain falls, I think of that night, of hearts racing, hands almost touching, looks that could never fully reveal the truth, of how love, even when it's wrong, cannot be silenced, even when the world is against it, even when everything threatens it, it still survives. The rain eventually stopped, but the feeling of that night remained in the warehouse, where no one could see, where everything was forbidden yet full of life and emotion. And that's why every time it rains, my heart trembles again, reminding me how close sin and love can be, even if no one else sees it.